on the Viking side, I saw this graphic from ESPN today on social media that the Vikings, they put up since the NFL merger in 1970, first 5 weeks of the season, the Vikings are fifth in least amount of time trailing in games through the first 5 weeks. Can you guys tell me, trivia question, the only team in NFL history since the merger to not have trailed a single second in the first 5 games of a season?
2001 Ravens.
No.
Hold on. 85 Bears.
It's a great guess, but no, it's incorrect.
98 Vikings.
No, they're actually not on this. They're not in the top 6. The 2009 Saints.
Ooh, that was a salty team.
They won the Super Bowl.
That was a salty team.
That was.
So the Vikings have only trailed in 5 games for 3 minutes and 26 seconds, and it was all during the Giants game in Week 1. Mm-hmm. They haven't trailed since like the first half of the Giants game. I think the first quarter of the Giants game.
Dude, it is nuts.
And I know that Sam Darnold still brings about a bunch of questions, and he had his worst game of the year against a really good defense, and he also got smoked in the first quarter. But this defense, they stop the run. They get the most pressure. And now they're sitting on the other 5 teams on this least amount of time trailing through a month and a half are 09 Saints, Super Bowl winner. 84 Dolphins, lost in the Super Bowl. Last year's Niners, lost in the Super Bowl. The 99 Rams, greatest show on turf, won the Super Bowl. And the 98 Broncos are on this list. So all of these other teams either went to or won the Super Bowl.
I mean, if they keep playing like they're doing, it's not out of contention. But you name all those other teams you just named, Mackey. All those quarterbacks were fucking legit.
I mean, Purdy's the only one you would look at and be like,
but no,
I know. Different times, though. Different times, dude. Like, and you
all
talk
those
about, you don't even have
quarterbacks
T.J.
were
Hawkinson in
well,
there.
Kurt Warner was not Kurt Warner until that season.
That was the year that made him, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was bagging groceries for that. But honestly, dude, like, let's be serious. This defense is fired. The minute that Van Ginkel dropped and he threw that ball to him, that's when I go, Aaron has no idea what the fuck he's doing.
Aaron has no clue what's
Dude,
happening.
he threw it right to, like, and but we've talked about this, Mackey, on this show, on Purple Daily. Like, there's so much that goes into that defense.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be so fucking smart while you're playing a million miles an hour, which is extremely hard to do. And when you watch that play back, you see Van Ginkel take 2 steps forward, which in Aaron's mind goes, what? He's rushing.
He's coming.
And all of a sudden, after 2, he drops. And, dude, he dropped right into the fucking zone. And I was like,
dude, it's almost, I honestly believe that they knew, like, hey, when we line up in this front, Aaron's going to check to this play.
He's going slant.
Like, I honestly think that they lined up and they said, hey, when we line up in this, and if Aaron checks, we know what play's coming, because Ginkel knew the play. Like, that's Luke Kuechly type, like, brain stuff.
So Chase Daniel put out, former longtime backup
Chase,
quarterback.
Played with him. Yep.
He's doing a bunch of video
money.
breakdowns for The Athletic now.
Stole $200 million.
Stole money from the NFL for 20 years.
But he's doing a bunch of great video breakdowns. And his theory, and I'll maybe we can break some of this down too this week, is that Van Ginkel was reading which direction the center was sliding to. That if the center slides a certain way, that's his key to back out of the rush. Because it means that Rodgers is going to be throwing hot between the numbers.
It doesn't always so much mean which way the center's going as much as it is, can I just eat up this guard and then drop this guy? Well, like, I know what he's saying. If I slide left, the guy from the right's going to do this, or the guy from the left's going to come in. But that's not really how it's done. What it is like, we'll make a declaration, and they don't change anything. Guys are still all going to take 2-3 steps up, and then you're going to see who's dropping. But what it does is, if I'm a guard and I'm setting Van Ginkel and he take 2 steps up, I'm committed. He's got to be coming, correct? And then all of a sudden he drops. Not only does he get the interception, but at the same time we have Harrison Smith coming off the edge completely free because I just got eaten up by a fake rush. Dude, it's so hard to do this week in and week out, and that's why Brian Flores is working his way back into a head coaching job. Because people are like, holy shit, this is insanity, and they're continuing
Just get him
to
a
do
veteran quarterback that he doesn't have to interact with and turn him
which
loose,
is
man.
fine, dude. We've talked about DCs. They don't want to talk to quarterbacks unless you're Raheem Morris and you're like, I fucking love you, and you're everything I've wanted forever. But at the same time, like, can you consistently do this week in and week out? What I loved about it was defense shows up when the offense starts to hurt a little bit, right? Like, defense is still like, no, we're good. We got this. Don't worry. We'll take care of this. The interception late was by Stephon Gilmore, what I thought was that was another thing. He's like, what's he famous for? Back shoulder throws. I should probably keep my eyes on him at all times. And as soon as he turned his head, that ball was coming, and I was like, no fucking way. Like, it's one of these things where you've shown enough tendencies that these smart players can come back. And another smart player, Stephon Gilmore, right? Like, we know
let's
at
look
one
at
point he was one of the best.
Oh wow, Jay's gonna pop this up.
I love how he does this.
Let's look
Go
at
on.
it.
Just because look at Harry on the outside. I'm used to seeing two guys here, but the minute you put Harry out here, this makes this whole duel and like who's who a real fucking issue.
So
And
here's
not only
here's
that, but
the way that I'd do it. Here's the way that I'd do it, right? I'd count him as a down. I'd count 58 over here as a down. And then I'd say, okay, guard, you're sorting out here. So you three to the right, you're locked on. Right, I'm putting Ginkel down because he's kind of a known rusher.
Yeah.
Right, so in Aaron's mind, he's going 43's down. So you three are big on the right. Tyron Smith, you're big here. 20, you pick up inside out from 22 to 51, and then we'll throw hot if those guys come. Right, so he's thinking he's covered over here on the right. As this ball gets snapped here, right, watch Ginkel. Right, see right there. He's telling this receiver, hey, it takes one. It takes one to be hot. Ginkel's the one. Right, so as he snaps this, watch how Ginkel takes 2 steps in right here.
See that?
Right, so Ginkel takes 2 steps in. So this guard thinks he's bot. Right here, he's going to protect inside out. I think this is a bust here from 76, if I'm being honest, because you see 20's head snap inside.
I think Breece Hall should be going in. You know how that
Anyways,
is.
it's a really good blitz pickup. Like, giving the Jets credit for the blitz pickup, but the fact that Ginkel right here, he knows it. He knows it, dude. I'm telling you, this is Luke Kuechly type stuff to know, hey, I'm buying the guard and then I'm falling back into the 3 receiver set, right? He sees this. He knows on tape that if they get in this and they go to hot, he knows that he's checking to a slant. Like, that's the only way this makes sense to me. He knows that 83, he pointed at 83 and says it takes 1. Right there, he's saying it takes 1 to be hot. Ginkel's the 1. He goes to the 1. Boom, turns around, drops right into the throwing lane.
Look at that, dude.
That's his second pick-6 in the first 5 weeks.
Unbelievable
Very
job
similar
by
type
him.
plays too. Wow,
Unreal, bro.
that is a masterclass.
I love how we just pulled that up.
Listen, I'm a master on the film. You know this.
Look at this guy, dude.
So,
Ding,
but yeah,
that's a sell sign.
unbelievable job. It's fine with me. I'll wear it. But yeah, I mean, Ginkel's playing at an unreal level. He has more
whole defense
touchdowns.
is,
He has
dude.
more touchdowns than like Tyreek Hill.
Dude, think about this. Think about this. The last 4 quarterbacks that they've stopped: Purdy, Stroud, Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, we're talking some of the top dudes right now that everyone's on, and it doesn't get.
I cannot wait to watch them play Detroit.